Two more games to get into, Mo. Bucks against the Panthers. First bet for me here on Beat the Closing Number. I have a column up on thelines.com. You have a ton of work up as well for week 13, but breaking down my two favorite bets of the week as always. And Panthers plus 5.5, sadly, is one of them. So this has a lot to do with kind of your angle, even though this line hasn't shifted from the look ahead, just buying low on, in your case, Washington. For me, it's buying low, and to the extreme degree of that angle on the Carolina Panthers, as you look at teams in their first game after firing their head coach since 2003, 20-16 against the number, 55.6% against the spread. And even though that's not, I mean, it's above 54%, which in our industry is considered good, but even though it may not be that attractive, or you still may not buy that much into it, you think about those teams in that given situation before they fired their head coach in a given season, a combined 37.4% against the spread conversion rate. So typically you do get the best of that team when the game after they fired their coach, whether it's from a motivational standpoint or because they're changing something up on either side of the ball. And there were reports that Frank Reich was against using RPO and read option offensively, which kind of negates what Bryce Young, at least trying to hit whatever kind of ceiling he can as a rookie. I know he had the second shortest rookie of the year odds coming into the year, and he hasn't come close to that. If you look at win percentage added among quarterbacks this season, he is dead last among any single quarterback. So his performance has been absolutely dreadful. But if Carolina does shift things up offensively, it's not just, okay, well, they're going to throw the kitchen sink at Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay has a tremendous defense or anything like that. Not that I'm alluding to that, but Tampa Bay has struggled against read option and RPOs. If you look back to the last couple games against the Colts, who you broke down in Tennessee and Indianapolis, that handicap, and San Francisco too. I know the 49ers have an upper echelon offense, but still a scheme that Tampa Bay and Todd Bowles have failed to stop defensively. And also with Carolina's defense, their biggest flaw is stopping the run, and Tampa Bay has the lowest graded run blocking unit when it comes to run block win rate across the NFL. So I think this is a good matchup for Carolina, assuming Thomas Brown utilizes some of that RPO and read option stuff that Frank Reich was, for some reason, I guess Josh McCown and Deuce Staley, against. And I'm looking to, unfortunately, bet the Carolina Panthers as above a field goal underdog in a divisional game. What say you for this one, Mel?
You've got more heart than me. I can tell you that much. Ain't no way my money is going to be on the Carolina Panthers unless I'm getting at least 7 points the rest of the season. I can pretty much guarantee you that. Yeah, I honestly think I'm just higher on Tampa Bay than most. I've found myself, unfortunately, betting them several times in recent weeks. I still think this is a decent team. I'm still ranking them in my top 20, I think, when we do our power rankings, although that's honestly probably more of an indictment of the league than anything else at this point. In this specific game, I thought this line was probably about where it should be. Baker looks like he's going to play. I think he hurt his thumb last week. Some pretty big injuries on both sides. You got Levante David and Jamel Dean for Tampa Bay's defense. Obviously, big-time performers there. And then you have Von Bell for the Panthers on their defense, as well as two offensive linemen on a really bad line, Taylor Moton, Chandler Zavala. I don't know how much something Zavala matters, but who knows? This line has been dreadful basically all year, and that is a big issue for me in this game when I look at the way these teams match up. Say what you want about Todd Bowles, and I would say he's maybe running the worst offense in the NFL, and this is one of the worst coaching staffs in the NFL overall, so I might be done betting the Bucs as well, to be honest with you, but he's still going to blitz the hell out of a rookie quarterback, and when that rookie quarterback has a bad offensive line, like we've seen it already against the Titans. I mean, the Bucks basically rolled them. Bryce Young looks like a broken shell of a human being, to be honest. I mean, just from his body language to the way he's playing, everything. I mean, definitely some signs of life last week. Like, they drove the ball at times against the Titans. But I just think the Bucks are overall a better, more talented team than the Titans. So, I don't know. I don't think I can bet the Bucks either, but not betting the Panthers. This is the stink bomb of the week for sure, and I wish you the best.
Thank you. I do think we get a good effort from Carolina on both sides of the ball, assuming Frank Reich was that big of an issue offensively and locker room wise too. Yeah,
that's interesting because you just don't know. Like, I think following beat writers in some spots, in these spots, can help. I've been listening to some podcasts about this situation. I don't know, man. Frank Reich definitely seemed like he was a beaten man. Like, that dude's body language himself and pressers and stuff, and just, he seemed like he had no fight left. I will say, if the players see that, they probably have no fight left. But I don't think he was like a hated man in the locker room or anything like that. It didn't seem like that was the situation. It's definitely a weird situation when somebody does get fired in this sort of a time frame. I think it's probably reasonable, to be honest. I just, as somebody who bet a couple long shot Panthers plays, like, I did take some Bryce Young plus 500. Like, there's no way this team should have been this bad. Like, there is no way the talent on this team should be adding up to a 1-win team. I mean, this team had like a 6.5 win total juice to the over. This is crazy how bad they've been. So in that sense, I get it. I definitely understand where you're coming from in that sense. There's way more talent than a 1-10 team. This is wild how bad they've been.
Good luck to me and anybody that decides to bet Carolina as well. Mo will be laughing in our Discord channel. And by the way, you can get all of our bets in real time in the Lines Discord. The link is over at thelines.com in the top right-hand corner if you decide to get alerts and want alerts on the disgusting Carolina Panthers against the number.